Hello, I am Jerry Roberts.
And I'm Martin Chrysalis.
And we are engineers.
And so am I.
And we represent a firm called Correct Engineering Solutions. That is our jingle. You may recognise that as the major scale.
That's right, it represents the major scale of the projects that we take on.
Exactly. Now, as engineers, we solve problems. Now, there are always going to be problems. That is one of the problems.
But luckily, we've come up with a solution to that problem. Solutions.
So it's not a problem. But you might be saying, well, how do you know what problems to solve? Well, we simply address the problems on the human hierarchy of needs.
Now, for those of you who don't know how to read the hierarchy of needs, allow me to give you a bit of instruction. Basically, it states that you must eat more homeostasis than you do morality, which is more of a sometimes treat.
Exactly. Of course, the hierarchy of needs is merely a subset of the trapezoid of wants. Okay? Now look at those wants there. Say you're coming from this direction. All right? You can't get anywhere near those needs because of all the wants in the way, gumming you up. And so those wants are what we have to tackle first of all.
That's right. And these are not big problems.
No.
These are the small niggling problems that wear away at your soul.
Yes, erode your psyche on a daily basis. For example, the 5 would fall over. You know what I'm talking about. Take a look at it. That's the 5 there. All right, you see that curved base? Well, that's an unstable point of equilibrium. That's going to go down like that. All right? And so what we are proposing is that the 5 be turned upside down to take advantage of that beautiful flat base that it has there. Okay, that was probably the way it was supposed to go to begin with until some bloody contractor installed it wrong. Of course, now look at that 5. Doesn't that put you in mind of the 2? A beautifully engineered number, the 2. An engineer's number if ever I saw one.
That's right.
Ah, yes.
And that reminds me of my favourite letter, the Q, which is like an engineer took a look at an O and thought, well, that O's just going to roll away. And he gave it a little leg.
A little kickstand, yes, that's not going anywhere, that Q.
No, it's not.
No, indeed. Of course, once you start looking at the numbers like this, you realise that all the digits are a nightmare, structurally speaking. I mean, the merest gust of wind, and they're all going to go down, aren't they? And so we have taken the liberty of redesigning all of those digits so that they will stand up to standard environmental pressures. For example, starting with the 1, we've just extended the base of the 1 down into the ground, the pylon there.
We're assuming that the line is the ground.
Yes. What else could it possibly represent?
I have no idea.
Now the 3, we've just tipped onto its side like that.
So it kind of looks like some buttocks sticking out of the ground.
Indeed. Now the 4 is interesting. The 4 looks a lot like the sail of a boat. It's strongly implied that there's a boat under there, and so we have just made the boat explicit. Now the 5 obviously will turn upside down. The 6 we discovered we could support with a gantry system, taking advantage of that handy hook at the top there, probably what it was put there for in the first place. The 7 can be supported with a second inverted 7 mounted under the ground for balance. Now the 8. The 8, my old nemesis. I had a lot of trouble with the 8, and I was very fortunate to be able to turn to my mentor and colleague and friend and mentor friend, Martin Chrysalis.
How's it going? Yes, well, looking at the 8, you can see that it's a real nightmare there because it could fall either way, and so we were thinking that maybe we could sandwich it between 2 bollards, you see, just like that. But then, if you start to take into account that 3rd dimension, you realise that 8 is just going to fall straight forward or straight back. So we thought maybe we could put a bollard behind it and one in front of it, like that. But you can see there's a new problem there. You can't see the 8. So we were thinking about writing something on the front of the bollard, saying something like there's an 8 back here.
Yeah, why would I lie?
That's right, why would I lie? I'm a bollard. What could my motivations possibly be?
Indeed. Here I am, a sentient bollard.
That's right, just recently given the gift of sentience.
The precious gift of consciousness has been bestowed upon me.
And the first thing I'm going to do with that gift is lie.
Lie! The greatest sin. I assume. I'm a bollard.
Seems very unlikely.
Seems very unlikely. And the 9 will just lower down into the ground and set into some sort of concrete. And that is the numbers engineered for the modern world, particularly with an eye to the increased likelihood of extreme weather events brought about by climate change. This is what adaptation and resilience looks like, thanks to engineering. Martin.
And if you would like to see more problems solved, why not come to one of our full presentations? Tickets are now on sale. Look for the link above or below or to the side.
Of this?
Thank you.
No, Martin, thank you.